Times 18. I'd love to hear about that. No, I would stick towards always 21. Yeah, the sometimes 18 probably ain't gonna fly. But 18 would be like smoking cigarettes. How old do you have to be to smoke a cigarette? 50. No, not 50. 18. You have to be 18. 18 to smoke a cigarette, 21. And and what I've learned, at least from my experiences, is if you're over 18 and you want to smoke a cigarette, I mean, don't raise your hands, but I have close family members, grandparents and cousins, and that choose to smoke a cigarette. Does that mean they're a bad person? No. Again, it's a what? Choice, right? Choice. As long as you obey the law, and we all know what the law is, you have to be how old to smoke a cigarette? 18, right? As long as, if you're 18, 19, and you invest your time and you research cigarettes and you learn what a cigarette is and it's tobacco, do you think that's a good, healthy option for your body to put alcohol or to put tobacco into your body? No. The nicotine is the drug that goes into your body. Do you think that's a good, healthy thing for your lungs? And we're not going to have a science lesson and show you he probably knows my story. I shared when I was a Duke police officer. Anybody here like Duke? I see the Duke shirt. I was a Duke officer for 5 years. One particular night, I was working in the hospital, Duke Medical Center, and they brought a guy in a helicopter that was an organ transplant donor through COPA, Carolina, Oregon. Sorry about that. Carolina, Oregon Procurement Agency, COPA. So anyway, long story short, the guy had been shot. He was basically dying. And they were going to harvest his lungs and other organs for other people, which is a great program, by the way. I mean, it's a good thing to use a tragic situation to help other people. But they were taking him to the operating room to do all the organ process. So they needed a police officer to be there because he had been shot. So they came into my room and they said, you need to go to the 3rd floor and gown up. And I was like a surgeon. I put a gown on. I had to wash my hands all like this. I had a little mask. And I went in and I watched the process of them securing the organs for donation. I know that's but long story short, and the reason I wanted to share this was when they got to his lungs, they took the lungs, whatever, and I'm sitting over there like, Now, they showed me his lungs, and he took the lungs and showed to him. What color do you think the lungs were?
Black.
They're black. Yeah. And I looked at it, I was like, wow. He's like, hey, and I wasn't a dare officer then, I was just a regular police officer. And he said, yeah, if you ever get around a bunch of kids, he goes, let them know this guy. And I didn't know who he was, but apparently he'd been smoking for 20 years, 18, 20 years. And, I saw black lungs. So if you ever get around a bunch of kids, you tell them this is what happens if you smoke for 18, 20 years. So I always share that story. He probably knows I shared it in our dare class. And, there isn't too many opportunities where you get a chance to see somebody's lungs pulled out of their body right in front of you. I mean, it's a very rare situation. But I know what I saw. So, again, that's one of those things that when you get to be 18 and you have that, you can make a choice. Should I smoke a cigarette or not? You can do what you want. But I just encourage you to do the research and make the decision because you want to do it, not because of peer pressure, not because your friends, Mary and Billy and Bobby and Joey, hey, everybody does it, it's cool, do it. Do it. You do it because of them. Don't do it because you're forced to do it. Do it because you've done research and that's something you want to do. Right? Yes?